Hello, computer scientist. Mr. Lang here. Welcome to my vlog on our Python programming. I'm going to kind of scroll down my ePortfolio, and this is a little bit. I'm going to kind of introduce and show you some of the things that I have worked on, and these are a couple of my programs that we have written in our Introduction to Computer Science class. So let's start with our average test score. Let's start there. What do you say? So average test score, if I run it, it will ask us, first of all, how many tests that we would like to average. All right, and so I hope you can see that. Let me try to blow this up a little bit. There we go. And I would like to average 3 tests. Enter a score. I got a 67.8, and then an 89.4, and then a 95.4. And it averages up my 3 tests, and it gives me my average. Let's take a look at what we did to do that. So here's my main file here. I have my my single line comments that are kind of commenting that out. It's not running in the compiler. We created a variable called total, and it has a value of 0. And then we created a variable called number of tests to average. And we're asking our users for some input. How many tests do you want to average? And you could see that question, and I put 3 when I answered it. I then have a for loop, and we're going to stay in that for loop for as long as users have told us how many tests they want to average. So if they said 5, they're going to stay in this for loop for 5 times. If they said 2, they would stay in it for 2 times. And each time they would ask us to enter a new score, it is going to then total up our new score here, our total. We're then created a variable called average that will then average that total up. It will divide it by the number of tests, and then it will give us our average. So if we took 5 tests, it will add those 5 tests together with our total variable, and it will then divide it by 5 to give us our average, and then it prints that out with our print statement, which it has some strings, and then it concatenates it with our number of tests that we average, which is an integer, back to a string here. And then we actually use the built-in function round to round that to 2 decimal places when it called the variable average. So it wouldn't print out 74633333334 type of thing. So it would only go to the 2nd decimal place. So that is our program for average test scores. Let's take out guess my number. And I'm going to go ahead and play this. And it's going to interpret my program. And eventually it will ask me, hey, guess my secret number between 1 and 10. I'll try 5. You didn't guess it. Guess again. I'll try 7. You didn't guess it. Guess again. I'll try 3. Didn't get it. Let's try 6. 6 was the answer. So let's go ahead and take a look at our files and see what we did here. So again, we have our programmer and our program. When we did it, we did a little pseudocode there, a little bit about what this program is going to do. We then created a known value for a variable for our secret number, which is 6. We're asking our users to guess a number between 1 and 10 with some input, casting that into an integer so that way we can compare it to other numbers. Then we created a while loop. And we stay in this while loop as long as our guess does not equal, using a comparison operator, does not equal the secret number. So does 7 not equal 6? That is true. It doesn't equal 6. So it's going to go down and say print, you didn't guess my number. And then it's going to ask us to guess again. And again, we're going to stay in that while loop until that is false. And once we guess 6, which is our secret number, does 6 not equal 6? No, that's false. 6 does equal 6. It is not going to go inside of the nest of our while loop, and then it's going to print, hey, you did it. So pretty cool program there for our while loop. Last but not least, our amusement park. And in this program, let me go ahead and run it. It's going to take a second to compile and let the compiler interpret my program. And welcome to Jungle Joe's Amusement Park. Let's see if you're old and tall enough to ride Wild Bill's crazy coaster. How old are you? I am 15 years old. How tall are you? I am 45 inches tall. All right. Sorry, you'll have to grow 3 inches before you can ride it. Welcome to the Jurassic Water Park. Let's see if you can go in the wave pool. Can you swim? No. Do you have a life jacket? Yes. and have a blast in the Jurassic Water Park. Pretty simple. Let's take a look and see what we did in this program. And again, we have some multi-line comments, a little pseudocode of what we did in this program or what we want to do before we begin, a little blueprint. We have a print statement in our string, welcome to Jungle Joe's. Let's see if you're old enough. So we created these min height and min age. And I talked to the students, hey, this is kind of like the requirement from the roller coaster manufacturer. They got to be 12. They got to at least be 48 inches tall. All right, so then we asked our users, how old are you? All right, and what is your height? And we casted that information into an integer, again, so we can compare it to other numbers. Those other numbers we want to compare it to, the min age and min height. All right, so then we look to see if we're old enough. We have a variable age. We looked at that. Age is the input from how old we were. And then is it greater than or equal to our variable min age? So it's going to go up and look at min age. Was 15 greater than or equal to min age? Yes, it was. That's true. But let's see if we're tall enough. Height. We have to be at least 48 inches tall. So it depends on what we put there. Is height greater than or equal to min height, which was 48? And so we created a variable, which is a Boolean now. True or false, are we tall enough? Is that true or false? Is height greater than or equal to min height? So then we create a variable called can ride roller coaster. Are we old enough? And using a logical operator, the operand we're working on is the and. Both of these have to be true to ride the roller coaster. We have to be old enough and tall enough. So then we created our if statement. If can ride coaster, so if this was true, print, you can ride the roller coaster, exclamation point. Otherwise, if you're not old enough, print sorry, you will have to come back. And we created then an elif in so many years. And so we took min age minus our age. So if it was 12 and we were only 10, you'll have to come back in 2 years. Else if we're not tall enough, sorry, you'll have to grow min height, which was 48, and let's say we were 46 inches, 2 inches to ride it. Then we just created a print statement kind of with some asterisks there to separate things. And now we have welcome to Jurassic Park. Can you swim? Yes or no? And we added this function .lower because some people may answer that with all capital letters, all lowercase, maybe a capital Y and a capital E and a lowercase s, whatever. So we wanted to then put that as a .lower because we want to compare that to other information. Do you have a life jacket? So then we come down to our variable, can user swim? Can swim equals a comparison operator equals yes. So did they say yes to that? Again, you can see that we have this all lowercase to compare that with the .lower when they answer that question. Do you have a life jacket? If that equals yes. Can use water park equals can user swim? Is this true or false? Or do they have a life jacket? And now we're using the logical operator or. One of these has to be true. Either you can swim or you have a life jacket for this to be true. They can use the water park. And so we have our if statement. Hey, if can use water park was true, again, one of these is true. Either you can swim or have a life jacket. Hey, have a blast. Otherwise, sorry, you'll either have to learn to swim or get a life jacket. All right, so those are our programs. Again, just the beginning of programming. We're just getting into it. All right, there's so many more things to learn. I can't wait to go through some of those things with you guys and you guys showing me what you learned. Again, my class has showed me a couple things of what they've learned on their own, and man, I love that. So thank you for checking out my vlog, and have a great day.